Hi, this is Val Free of the Neighborhood Network Alliance, and this is the Hey Neighbor podcast. Today, we have the fortune of Tonya Trice of the South Shore Chamber of Commerce gracing us with her presence. Talk about the current challenges that's facing South Shore in the business corridors. Outside of what we just talked about, what are the other challenges?
I think the biggest challenge we have right now is just making sure that the businesses in the community can survive and sustain. I had a meeting yesterday, just recently as yesterday, and we found out that the sales tax collected from 2022 to 2023 over 2022 has declined. So that means that maybe there are less businesses or the businesses are not making as much revenue. I think our biggest challenge is we need to find anchor businesses and institutions that can be a large enough draw and attract people from other parts of the community, other parts of the city into South Shore. We need businesses that will allow our residents to spend money in South Shore and not go outside of the community to spend their dollars on general merchandise, entertainment, shopping, retail, and just have those luxuries that we all want and deserve in our communities, and be able to hire from within the community, because if you live in the community and you work in the community, you're going to circulate your dollar in the community. Exactly. And that's what we are lacking right now, just that draw. And I'm very hopeful that the Obama Presidential Center will be a draw. It's promised to bring millions in revenue. I don't recall the number off the top of my head, but millions in revenue to the surrounding communities. And South Shore is one of them. We're located less than a half a mile away from the Obama Presidential Center. So we are working diligently trying to get our businesses ready, get our commercial corridors ready, attract new businesses in so that we are ready for the influx of tourism, from my mouth to God's ears, that will happen for the South Shore community.
So let me ask this. So Majani's, his investors didn't feel like coming to South Shore was going to be fruitful for them, but he insisted, and he's proven them wrong 7 years in.
That's right.
How do we highlight his story to be a model for why South Shore is the place to invest in, with or without the Obama Center? Because he showed up before the Obama Center.
That's right. I totally agree. Chef Sadakia and his wife have done a wonderful job of really planting their feet in the South Shore community, becoming one of the most significant businesses we have in the community, because he does attract people from all over. Yes. They come in for his delicious vegan food. The barbecue cauliflower is the bomb. I love it. But you're right. He took a chance, and we need more pioneers like him.
Yes.
That understand that South Shore has expendable income.
Exactly.
There is money in the South Shore community. I think there's a perception, and maybe it's not a perception, because statistics show that, we are lower income community. I think the area median income is about $32,000, but we have a diverse mix of income in our community. And we have people that go outside, as I mentioned, to spend money. We have to get them to spend money in South Shore to sustain the businesses that are currently here in South Shore. And we also have to offer incentives for those that are looking to come into the South Shore community.
Yeah, we need to get his story out, that how lucrative it's been for him.
That's right.
Because it has been good for him.
That's right.
And we do have the people here to make it happen.
That's right.
So Majani's, one of the deciding factors for him was the list report 2010, and where it showed we were, and we still are, we ranked number 3 in terms to middle to upper income. That hasn't changed. We I feel like we need to be touting that more, and we definitely need someone that understands numbers for neighborhoods like South Shore, because we do have the wealthiest of the wealthy that live here.
That's right.
And we have the poorest of the poor that live here. And yet the numbers don't do us justice, right? So it's finding the groups that can understand a mixed neighborhood like this, because typically this is how Black people have lived all the time. In other neighborhoods, the wealthy live with the wealthy and the poor live with the poor. They don't mix it up. This is different, right? And it's what makes us a great neighborhood, right? How we can live with whoever. We choose to live among one another. So finding the group that can tell that story and show the right demographics, because our median income is not $30,000. It just isn't, you know? And so how do we get that? I know you might not know, but just dropping something to think about when we are, thinking about how we market South Shore. Absolutely. Because this podcast is all about South Shore and how we get people to come to South Shore, move to South Shore, be in South Shore, and be glad they're here.
That's right.
Because we have some special things here. This is a gem.
It is. It is definitely a gem. And I totally agree with you on that. And I think that a business owner, if there's any takeaway from the Majani story, it's a business owner should definitely do their research on the community. If it's South Shore or any other community, do your research on the community. Find out the opportunities and the challenges and the strengths and weaknesses of every community as it relates to your business. And I think outreach and getting the word out, that's on you and I. You know, you and I have an obligation with you being the community organizer in the community and doing outreach and making sure that residents in the community know about these businesses. That's our job. That's our challenge. And we have worked well together in the past, and we have plans now to continue that, to promote these local businesses that sustained through COVID and through everything else that the world and the economy, and regardless of administration changes, whatever was thrown at them, they were able to sustain. And we have to continue to tell the stories of the Majanis and the Chef Sierras and the pioneers in our community.
Yes, who's been here.
And also continue to attract that younger entrepreneur that's ready to take that leap of faith and looking for the right community to locate their business in.
Speaking of that, talk about how do you cultivate new entrepreneurs and businesses and bringing them to South Shore, or thinking about just opening up their own business, because sometimes, like you said, they're home businesses. But how is the Chamber of Commerce cultivating those new businesses?
Absolutely. Well, as I mentioned before, we do have the Artisan Collective, which is a collaboration of like-minded artists and creatives that share a retail space, and they get retail experience, and they also get business acumen through the cohort. So we work with those young entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and prepare them to occupy some of the brick and mortar spaces inside the South Shore community. And also, we work with the City of Chicago. As a delegate agency, we have a list of all new business licenses that have been applied for in the South Shore community. And as soon as that business license has been applied for and it hits the city's portal, the Chamber of Commerce reaches out to those business owners to find out how we can work with them to cultivate their journey to becoming a successful business owner in the community. We also do recruitment based upon surveys, community meetings, town halls, corridor studies based upon what residents in the community feel they need. And we work to recruit some of those businesses. And right now, what we're doing is we're looking to recruit established businesses that may be looking for a second or third or fourth or fifth location for them to come to the South Shore community. And that solves two challenges. We get the residents what they need. We help to fill some of the vacancies. And third, and most importantly, is we bring another business into the community that, can help strengthen the business alliance in the South Shore community.
So let's get to the good stuff.
Oh, Lord, what's the good stuff?
The projects, the stuff that the chamber is working on, the quality of life plan, the community investment vehicle, and whatever else I don't know. Let's get to the stuff that's really is framing the work, is framing the impact that we're going to have 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Our children will know about it. It's sustaining the community. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, we will start with the quality of life plan.
Yes.
As you know, the South Shore Chamber and the NNA and South Shore Works are the three convening agencies of this grassroots initiative to focus on areas of growth in the South Shore community: housing, economic development, public safety, arts and culture, education, resident engagement. What am I missing? Health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And this program is sponsored and funded by LISC Chicago, and it's an initiative where we can really get the voices of the residents involved in what's happening. This is true community-led investment and development. So as you know, we're planning our lunch party, and we're just excited to finally get the residents' voices involved in this process in any area of interest to them. Making sure that they bring their expertise to the table, make sure that their voices are heard, make sure that, we are implementing the plan as it was designed by the residents in the community. And we're doing it in a collaborative manner.
Yeah, so I think we should dig a little deeper on the QLP, because we both can talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like, where are we at in the QLP? So we have the vision and the plan. The community members have done that. Mm-hmm. We've been working on that. We started working on that in 2020, right? Mm-hmm. In the pandemic, which is untraditional for any QLP because we did it on Zoom, right? And now we're in the implementing stage, and we're looking, and tell me where I'm wrong, what we're needing are residents who can help implement, not necessarily add on, because we do need to complete what we already have.
Exactly.
And with that, as we have our launch, we're looking for people who are sitting in these rooms, thought leaders, resource people, what am I thinking about? Researchers, those type of things. And please stop me or add on to it, of folks that can help actually execute. Mm-hmm. Execute. Can we say execute?
Execute, absolutely.
Execute this plan, because it is coming from the community. It is a plan that came from the community. And I think we have to reiterate that sometimes. So some people may think, oh, it was the NNA, South Shore Works, the chamber came up with this. Mm-hmm. No, this came from the community.
Absolutely.
Hands down, at least 20 meetings.
That's right. Yes. A lot of negotiations and compromising.
Right.
Arguments at some point.
Presenting data.
Yes.
So I just think we need to make that and be very clear on that, and the history for those who thinking about participating, and those who hadn't even heard about it, right? So we do have the QLP, and it is actually a part of what we call the South Shore Compact. Mm-hmm. The South Shore Compact is, go ahead, let you tell.
The South Shore Chamber, which works with the small business owners, the Neighborhood Network Alliance that does resident engagement and organizing, the South Shore Works that also convenes other institutions and nonprofits within the community. And collectively, we cover the entire South Shore community. Mm-hmm. We all bring additional partners and resources to the table, and I think this is just a great way for each one of our organizations to really have a voice and share in the decision making on issues that impact the entire community.
Yeah. And that's the other thing that made our QOP different, is because generally they have one organization that's the go-to for it all, whereas in South Shore, because we were already active and we were already working on these type of things with or without a sponsor, we were always trying to figure out, what does the community want? How can we get it done? Who can we talk to? And when Liz came along, it was like, we all are working on this together. So we decided, like, we will focus on our lanes of expertise. As she said, the chamber focuses on the business corridors. The NNA focuses on the people. And these are the things that we convene as individual organizations.
Right.
South Shore Works, the nonprofits and nonprofit institutions. And when you bring that together, you have a collective, you have it all. You can't beat that. So in some cases, we do hear people say, well, we don't know. Well, this is new to us as well. How we do it, what makes sense, the lanes, figuring it out, because we're building this ship as we go, but understanding that our intentions for this is to make sure community members get what they want.
That's right.
Would you agree?
I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Val. And, it has been great work. I've enjoyed working on the quality of life plan. I'm so grateful that now we are at the execution phase of it. And I know for the chamber, we are leading the economic development work. And we have a four-pronged approach to our strategy. And one is the community investment work, which I'll talk more about, the community investment vehicle, which is one of our strategies, helping to incubate small businesses, which is the Artisan Collective, developing a workforce program so we can help to create more jobs in the community, and also being able to provide placemaking initiatives and programs throughout the community, and get access to capital to our business owners.
Yes. So moving toward the big one, the Community Investment Fund. First of all, tell people, I said fund, you say vehicle. Tell people, one, what is that? And then talk about what the role the chamber is playing in.
Okay. The Community Investment Vehicle, We the People Community Investment Vehicle. And for those of you interested, please go to civ-southshore.com. You can learn more about the Community Investment Vehicle. And what that is a legal mechanism designed to help residents in communities like South Shore pull their resources together to buy community assets. And as a result of buying those assets, they will receive returns on their investments. This is a very grassroots initiative where we are trying to get people from all walks of life to invest their dollars to receive, like I said, a return. But also, and the most important piece for me, is give the residents an opportunity to have an impact, to be landlords in some of these underutilized properties in our community and have a say in what happens. This is real shared community development. That's exactly what this is. And there are models across the country that have been successful, and we're very excited about the CIV that is coming to South Shore. We are weeks away from delivering our framework to explain to the community exactly how this will work. And I'm very excited about it. It's a lot of work. It's complicated technical work, but it's very exciting.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. And I know the community will be looking forward to it. It's an opportunity for us to own our own neighborhood.
Yes, regardless of your income or education level, there is an investment level for anyone that is interested in this.
So I think community members will be happy with that. But as we're wrapping up, talk about where you see South Shore Chamber and all of the affiliate organizations and how you see it affecting and the outcomes that you want for South Shore.
Well, as I mentioned earlier in the interview, collaboration is important. And I think that I have done a good job on creating collaborative environments. Again, this work cannot be done without collaboration. And so my vision for South Shore is to make sure that all of the organizations are at the table together, making decisions together. It should not be a few people making decisions for a broad, diverse community like South Shore. We need everyone at the table. My vision is to make sure that our commercial corridors are stronger and thriving with resident owned and operated businesses, resident owned and operated assets in the community, resident investors really taking control of their community, the community they live in, they pay their taxes in, they spend their money in. They should have a say in what comes to the community. And that's the vision, making sure that residents have a voice, and it is a shared community development strategy along all of our corridors. We know what we need. We can solve our own problems. We don't need corporate America coming in saying, you need another dollar store on this corner.
Exactly.
We know what we need. We need entertainment. We need dine-in restaurants. We need nightlife. We need more arts and culture, which is what makes a thriving commercial corridor. And so we want to have a voice. And if you don't own the assets, you don't have much of a voice. That's just the way it is.
That's the way it is.
No one can come to your home and tell you what to do, right?
No.
Because you own it.
Exactly.
So, that's the challenge that we're facing. And I just want to make sure that we are creating an environment where residents can actually invest in where they live.
I agree. Well, Tonya, I thank you for coming out to speak with the Hey Neighbor podcast. Thank you so much. I love the work that you do, and I love our collaboration. Sometimes we hit heads, but what do we say? It's a relationship.
That's right. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And we still keep it moving, and South Shore is going to be great because of you.
Thank you, Val. The feeling is mutual.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So thank you for taking on the job of the chamber.
Thank you, too, for being
and
a part
rebranding it. Okay.
We're trying. We got a lot of work to do, but we're trying.
Yes. So, we will sign out, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, neighbor.
Hey, neighbor.